Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your end of April 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Ooh, I like it. This is great. Well, some of you may know I'm a Sun and Sag, so I'm all about this. I am all about it. Wow, look at all these wands, baby. That's fire. Wow. And we have the Fool card is one of my favorite, and I always think of Aries because of the April Fool's Day is in Aries. So speaking of Aries, we just had a solar eclipse in Aries, and for Sag, that's the fifth house, and the fifth house is Leo's domain, and the Six of Wands, the central theme, is Leo. So that could be a timing card of where that focus is of the solar eclipse and the new beginnings. But and that fifth house relates to creativity, love, children, the business that you own. And the heart of the matter, the Six of Wands, is connected to Leo, and you see this person's in the spotlight. So there's that performer energy, but that Leo is associated with. But in general, this could be taking your bow metaphorically, like you, not just literally on a stage, but that other people are recognizing your talents. This is a card of winning something, of being a winner, of success. So something happening that is bringing that to you. And when I do these readings, usually I do like at least, twice a month, the tarot readings, and they're supposed to be like for a 2-week period. Well, that's a little bit silly because I am a Sag, I'm looking at the bigger picture, and it's not necessarily in that short time frame. So let's not just think about the end of April. Let's just think about the possibilities at this juncture moving forward in 2023. Is there something where you would like to feel this way? Maybe, let me look at the past position. We have the World card, the last card of the major arcana, which is like wrapping up a cycle. And for some people could be the end of an era, like for instance, a major relationship in your life. So I have been using that theme of like people maybe getting divorced, let's say, or breaking up with a significant other. That's a significant ending to a significant relationship. But the reason, the catalyst might have been the need or the belief that you deserve to be seen in a way where your good qualities, your qualities are being appreciated. The Six of Wands can be that you are being appreciated. Now, it doesn't mean that you are being appreciated, but that you realize that this is something that you need in your life or that you want in your life. And, this is something that is a human, basic human need. I should be very careful about saying that though, because I don't think that we really need that. We don't need validation, and we really don't need appreciation. We can appreciate ourselves. But if you are in a relationship with someone and they tend to just focus on your faults, that's a really big red flag, because it shows that they are primarily focused on the negative and they don't appreciate you. And I mean, if you were alone and you weren't getting that kind of recognition, it wouldn't be so bad. But, it's when people, focus on the negative they are giving you feedback, but it's always negative. So, I mean, this could be even a job. If the same thing of like, I deserve to be seen as somebody who is talented. That's not, that doesn't mean I'm an egomaniac. It just means that I deserve that. And the world card could be like ending anything that doesn't give you that kind of energy exchange that's of a positive nature. The higher message is the Page of Wands. Now, usually I don't um, read this as a timing card, like what is coming in or anything like that. But I will say that for some reason, this seems like this could be good news coming in. Maybe it's because I want it to be, but I think that it can vary depending on the reading. So, in other words, if someone, especially since the World card came up in the past position, you may have ended something in your life, and this could be in on an internal level, Sag. Maybe your outer world seems pretty much the same. You're in the same job, you're in the same relationship, but inside something has shifted and it's all over but the shouting. And the Page of Wands could be saying, don't worry, you're going to receive a message that makes you very happy and that maybe sets you off on a whole new path. Because pages can also be the beginning stages of something. And I feel like sometimes when we are going through periods of transition, it's almost like the person fumbling in the dark, looking for that light, and they know that the light switch is there, but they can't find it. And it's just a matter of realizing that it's there, that something will be illuminated, and then you will be able to continue. And when I was kind of exclaiming, oh, wow, we've got so many wands, I mean, I drew 4 out of the 6 cards as wands. Wands are fire signs and the fire element, meaning, of course, Sag, but also Aries, Leo are fire signs. But in terms of what they represent, it's freedom. So autonomy, being the captain of your own ship, creativity, passion. And sometimes Sages are in situations where that is not happening for them. And if that's the case, you can feel like your soul is being sucked out of your body, basically. Speaking of which, what crosses you is the Ten of Wands. This is a card of, you see the beast of burden. So it can be that there's something in your life that you are really, it's kind of weighing on you. And I actually think that in some cases, this is something that you haven't done, that once you do it, you're going to free yourself. There might be some kind of a task that you've been procrastinating about. It can also be that you are under some kind of belief that you have to shoulder a burden that really doesn't belong to you, because the Ten of Wands can be this burden that you're assuming that belongs to somebody else. So this happens when a person has codependent tendencies, for instance, and they feel like they are responsible for, like if you're at work and your boss asks you to to stay later because one of your coworkers has a child and they have to pick up their child at a certain time. And, obviously there's no question that we do things for other people just out of the goodness of our hearts. But that is not something that can be done all the time using an excuse that is meant to just make a person feel obligated and maybe a little bit guilty if they say no. because you have a right to your life as well. And nobody has the right to kind of like put something on you and say, well, this other person has to do this. And it's like, okay, well, that's their problem. That's not my problem. So, but Sag is very generous, and is willing to do things for other people. We tend to be very caring people, very warm hearted. And I think that we should be that way. But I also think that people have to have boundaries. And it is a dance between, being generous and being, and practicing self love by having boundaries. So if that is the case for you, look and see, why are you doing this? Are you doing this because it's just a temporary thing and then it's going to get better? Or is this like a continual problem in some, whether it's in the workplace or in your private life? Because also, you may be wanting that kind of appreciation. Maybe that's what the Six of Wands represents. And you can't even get appreciation from another person. But they're telling you that you have to do something. It's your responsibility to do it. And at some point you have to say, no, that's not my responsibility. So what's coming in? This is really the card of what's coming in, the Knight of Wands. This is, I got soap on my hand. This is a card of, you see the horse. Actually, this is connected to Sag. I always think of it as Aries, though, because of the warrior. The knight is a warrior. But in terms of what it represents, that adventurous energy, like kind of enjoying the freedom. I mean, there's so much energy in May, even because I'm doing May forecasts in Aries. I mean, we just had, or am I thinking of April? I mean, obviously right now with the new moon, the solar eclipse and Jupiter, and there are other placements. I can't think of them right now. But yeah, that's the fifth house for Sag. And that's, so I think too, with anything creative, that this is really a great energy for that. But in relationships, it's like being bolder, not being as cautious. If you've been like that Ten of Wands and you've been kind of feeling the weight of the world, I think that this is a much more proactive and lively kind of influence. And then here's another thing, like I said, I associate with April Fool's Day. The Fool card as the outcome. 0 point. What is it that you want to create? And remember that the first eclipse in Aries was at 0 degrees of Aries. So here we are, and then we had 29 degrees. So the point is that, and I look at that as like the sacred geometry, the vortex of what it is that you want to create in your life. And in the aftermath of that Aries solar eclipse, this becomes a real question, because Aries represents freedom and courage. And sometimes it takes courage to completely reinvent yourself and go down a new path and, step out of your comfort zone. So I'm really excited about it's. Oh yeah. And here's another thing too. I have the World card and the Fool card. So in the past position is the World card. That really shows that transition or contrast from an ending and a new beginning. a total ending and a totally new beginning. Okay, that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double astrology readings called my deep dive readings, which are package deals. So they're a discounted price compared to if you bought them separately. Um, an hour of natal chart analysis, an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months. And then I have another package deal with the tarot and astrology called called the whole enchilada, and then I have standalone readings. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainamoonastrology.com. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.